Got a Kizer. Kizer. You know, I like my Kizers, man. I'd be digging them. Let's get this one out of here. Give it a good look, see what's up. I guess I could just look at the label. This is a Kizer Kobold 2. A little over 3.5 inches long. Sebastian Irwin design. What do we got? CPM 4V steel. Black stonewashed aluminum steel liner. Handle. Okay. That was a lot. That's a mouthful. I mean, fairly substantial piece. Woo. Oh, man, I like that. It's got a full set of hardware. Might as well cover the basics. Yeah, it's got a full set of hardware, not including the pivot or the pocket clip, but it's got all the screws. Yep. Cleaning cloth, paperwork, it's all there. There we go. Be fiddling with boxes. All right, what do we got here? Wow, so this black stonewashed aluminum has got a chalky feel. It's really chalky and grippy. I dig it. Look at this black stonewashed pocket clip. I'm a sucker for black stonewash, man. Whew, let's get that blade out. Oh, okay. I've never held one of these or had one, so this is a first-time experience for me. Okay. Pretty smooth. Yeah, wonderful detent. Set up really well. This thing runs like a dream. Centered blade. Well, let's get to the white elephant in the room. Yep. What do we got to do here? There it is. Put an awful lot of wrist in that. There we go. What we got here? Let's look at some badging. Kobold 2. Pretty cool maker's mark right there. I like it. 4V steel, serial number, Kizer logo, black stonewashed. Pretty. Yeah, I like it. Great action. Front flippers, you know, you just gotta, like most, you just got to figure out where you need to be, and it's pretty intuitive once you go there. It's like riding a bike, I guess. Okay. All right. Well, let's take it apart. Why? Because it was there. It's got a rivet-looking pivot. I like it. It's not machined. Definitely some Loctite up in here. Sticky, gummed. Because that bit's bouncing. In the trash. I don't like bouncy bits. Not when I'm, you know, for that little bit of pressure I was putting on that. No, sir. Everything else, T6s. Yeah, I tend to not mess around in bouncy bits much. They can't bite in on a simple extraction like that. We're not going to have faith in it. We got to get rid of it. I think I'm good. Those pocket screws don't look like they are holding anything. Nope. Really nice stonewash on the inside of this scale. Oh, man, am I a sucker for that. And then Kizer does a good job of clearing the areas that the bearings are going to run. It's awful greasy in here. Yeah, they're a fan of that grease, man. Not me. We're gonna wipe all this down, get all that grease out of there. It's got a little built-in lanyard pin. Is that G10 or aluminum or steel? What is that? Steel liners. I think that's aluminum. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, well, cleanup time. Cleanup aisle 5. Get that grease. I mean, I say it a lot, you know, because it comes up, but surely they're smarter than me. There's a reason they're using that grease. That don't mean I like it, because I don't. My light oil allows the knife to run so much better than this grease. The shelf life on that grease is probably many times more than that lightweight oil I'm using. It's got some interesting mill marks here, here. Not sure what that's about, but it's worth taking note. Lots of skeletonization in the liners, both of them. And then it's got internal stop pins that are running inside the steel liners on both sides. So definitely going to lend to a solid piece, you know, a solid knife. More skeletonization here. Yep. I think I'm going to get this pin. There was so much grease in there. We definitely want to get rid of that. Yeah, these bearings are like a sticky bomb. You definitely could run up and stick them to the side of a tank. There's enough grease on them. But then you'd have no socks on your shoe, in your boots. All right. Gold. Pardon me. Money. Captured pivot. It's captured in the bottom liner down here. So we just throw up in there. Let's get a bearing on. Get some of this wonderful lightweight oil on it. Something tells me I'm going to have to watch my fingers once I get this back together. Guillotine. Here we go. Long, almost flat, just slight belly in this blade. Yeah, I really do like the way that Kizer removes the coatings from the bearing areas on the blade and the scales. So many don't, and then the bearings have to fight to cut a path. Now, the detent has to cut a path through the stonewash on the blade, but still, I mean, to be able to not have to do it on the bearings too, that is such a bonus in my opinion. I don't know what it takes to do that, but I would think it's not much. It's easy for me to say. Maybe it's a huge process, but if it's a huge process, well, then it's even bigger kudos for Kizer. But if it's not a huge process, it's kind of like, why doesn't everybody manage that properly? That type of thing. Why am I ranting about that? Weird. Just pick something to dig in on, I guess. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I'm over tight on that pivot. but I'm going to leave it be because it is running like $1,000,000. All right, let's talk about that action. Let's talk about that action. Let's talk about the action. I mean, how many ways can I say it? How many ways can I say I love you? All right. So, thumb flick. Oh, so good. Spidey flick. Yeah. D10 is perfect. All I got to do is throw my finger out and it snaps, flies. Wonderful. That top flipper. Man, it was just a matter of figuring out where to get on all this jimping. Goes all the way up and over. And once you know, then it's just roll that thumb over the top of it. Lowered on this side, so creating great access to the lock bar over here, which is part of that action, part of that whole process. Definitely drop shut action, smooth as can be, centered blade. I mean, this is A-level stuff right here. It's really good. You know, it's not about the price point. It's a total package. And man, you could get a lot of knives, and they are not going to run and have action as good as this knife right here. It's just, it really is good. It really is. Let's talk about ergonomics. So, it's got some jimping here. It's not combat jimping. It's pretty aggressive. The milled marks that were in that blade are matching these milled marks in the scales. Maybe a design, certainly a design idea, right? And then even when the blade's closed, it kind of matches up here. So it's some designing that's going on there. But that jimping there, it's fairly aggressive, but it's not combat jimping. So this grip right here, you got not so confident, confident, very confident. It's going to come up a little short of a confident grip. There's really not a lot holding me. You know, if I go forward and meet resistance, there's not a lot holding me from coming up and over that blade. Yeah. Overall, it's fairly comfortable. I do feel the pocket clip, but by nature, that deep carry way back there, that's going to expose my palm to the edges of that. And so it's going to find me, no doubt. It's got a lot of choke up room here. It does put your finger right on the edge of that back corner of that blade to choke up, but pretty nice. It's got this thing out front here. It's just so far out there. But you could grip this knife and use this place as a finger platform right here in a semi-pinch grip, I guess. You know, more detailed work with this knife. Yeah. I'm almost concerned that this knife was really designed like I haven't, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least if I searched this Kobold on YouTube and watched videos and every reviewer held this knife like this. I'm not going to hold that knife like that. I'm back here, which I'm just saying this feels more intuitive here than here. And it's a pet peeve of mine when I start thinking that by design, the default grip was this choked up. You know, what's the point of having a handle and all this stuff? Just give it, grab the blade. I'm not a fan. And so I won't rant no more about it. And I'll get some comments, I get it. If you're a fan of being choked up, what I can tell you is you're probably going to like this knife a lot because I think the primary grip, it's potential. I'm not 100% on this knife. It's 50-50. This might have been the primary grip all along, and then this became the afterthought. But there's definitely the potential, the way that this lands. This finger here, these two back here, and this one choked up. There's the potential that this was the primary grip. And then this just ended up where it's at, which is kind of far back in the knife. And the fourth finger starts to wrap around the back of the knife. I'm suspicious that it wasn't this all along. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, no, that's not me. It's got a great reverse grip. So that same grip that's back is really nice here. and I can call that. And the ramp here is built for the curve of my thumb. So this right here, this is definitely a confident grip and a powerful grip. Like to smash this blade down. I mean, I'm coming into the tip, using the knife to come through. I love it. Yeah, very nice. Definitely capable of a call grip. Let's check pocket clip. Pocket clip check. I mean, if I wasn't lazy and did more production work, I could, like right there, I could do like top 10 countdown pocket clip. You know, I could, yeah. Ain't happening, man. You know, at the end, I'm a knife junkie and a hoarder and a collector, and you know, I'm struck by the sickness, and I just figured out a little while back that rather than sit here and silence and or talk to myself, I can film it and then talk to the channel. Yeah. So I mean, in the end, that's what's going on. It's just me just feeding medicine to the fiery beast within me that goes, I got to buy that. I have to have that here. But I am learning some discipline with the purge, which there's a purge about to drop. It may have dropped before this video, actually. Yeah, got to move some inventory. Well, so the pocket clip worked stunning on the thick stuff. It's a dryer clip, very tight in the pocket. Standard jean size material, again, wonderful grip. And then back here, there's front side of the right rear pocket for my right hand reach back, perfectly in that pocket. Fits wonderful. I like it. It's a good clip. They use this style a lot. It's got the hood, but then they bend it over so that it's not up poking you in the hand. And so I dig it. Safety. No blade contact there. And the tip is recessed. So the tip's good. The clip is wonderful. And I'm confident that I can handle this knife in any way. As long as the blade's closed, this knife is safe to handle. Not going to catch any blade contact. Yeah. Speaking of blades, blade, what's up, man? Looks crazy, stupid sharp. Big, tall, flat grind. Yeah, and it is. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm not going to start chopping 2x4s. I mean, listen, that's enough of a sharpness test for me. This thing will slice open whatever it is you want it to slice open. Now, once you dull it up, you got to sharpen it. I mean, you know, then there's an issue, is that 4V steel worth a darn? I mean, does it sharpen easy, relatively easy? Does it take a really fine edge? Will it roll the burr? Does it curl? Does it chip? And then how well will it retain the edge? I'm not a big worrier about edge retention because I like sharpening my knives. So if I was to make this a daily carry knife, like, let's do a pocket check. Of course, what's in my pocket? Yeah, that big kubey, Mikkel Williamson. Just love my Bravo 1, man. It's still in my pocket, but it is trying to get bounced by another kubey. Oh, man, these are so good. This little, come on, a little Azo. Yeah, man. Aux 10 steel. These things are so snappy. Boop. And wonderful ergonomics. It's a much smaller knife than my Bravo 1. And it allows some tactical grips. Great finger guard. And I can almost get a Pakal grip on it, but not quite. But very, very pokey, right? Like, whoop. Bee sting, no doubt about it. Yeah, so this one's kind of bucking the Bravo. This one's been in my front pocket because my Bang Bang carry has changed up a little bit. So my front pocket has some room. And so that other kubey's kind of making its way in there. But this may jump out of my pocket. But anyways, the point that I was making was if I use this up and this edge gets dull, man, I come over here and straighten it up, right? Like, I don't mind straightening up edges, ever. So, yeah, it's not a big deal to me, that edge retention. I mean, surely at some point it might really chap me. You know, if a knife, you know, I cut twice and the knife's dull because the steel's junk, whatever. Price and availability. Okay, so this Kobold 2 in 4V, this exact stonewashed, aluminum-handled version is available on Amazon right now for $54. So I'll hit a link down below. Appreciate it if you use the affiliate link. If you buy one of these using that link, the channel gets 7 or 8 cents or whatever, and it adds up. You know what I mean? You don't pay any more, but it does benefit the channel. If you don't use it, that's okay too. But I'll put a link down below where you can find this. White Mountain Knives doesn't have one in stock. They have a micarta version with 154 cm, I believe, and it is $45. So for like $9, you could get this next day from Amazon with aluminum and the 4V steel, this black stonewash. Anyways, that's the story. I appreciate y'all watching.